Season 24 is finally here, and it looks like we have some news about some crossovers coming up soon. Let's begin. Let's talk a little bit about what we got last week, guys. Last week we got the big Project 02, or also known as Fatal Frame 2 crossover that came along with 2 skins. It came along with a package called the Mio Amakura's package containing Perfumer's A tier skin and also her A tier accessory. The skin was called Mio Amakura. You could of course purchase these 2 skins separately, or you could purchase them individually, but they were only for echoes. You could also purchase the skin for Geisha, that's another A tier skin called Sai Kurasawa, and it was also only available for echoes. The crossover event came with some photo check-ins where you had to go around and take some photos in the old Ever Sleeping Town, the big version, and you have to go around and take photos in specific areas to be able to unlock daily different rewards, and there are also some event missions for you to get even more rewards. Quite a lot of matches that you have to complete. To be able to complete all of the missions, you have to complete something like 30 matches. So it's quite a lot, but we do have a month, I believe, to complete this, so that's not completely terrible, I would say. Some of the bigger changes we got last patch update were the changes for the Persona web traits for Hunter and also for Survivor. Hunters got all the traits that we've been talking about that came onto the test server, such as Nostalgic, Exhibitionist, Control Freak, version 2, and all of these other ones. And it also made Tinnitus base kit for Hunters. Survivors got Brewing Effect, Companion Effect, Muscle Memory, Knee-Jerk Reflex Adjusted, and other types of things as well, along with Distress becoming base kit. So that means that now if anybody's on a chair, rocket chair, everyone will be able to see everyone, and Hunters will be able to have Tinnitus all the time, meaning they'll be able to see whenever there's a survivor within 36 meters of them. I believe that the player base is still trying to adjust to all of these changes. It does feel like Cypher Rush has got much stronger, and I don't really know how good or how bad Survivor Persona webs are compared to Hunters right now. It gives you a lot more interesting things for you to experiment with, so that's for sure. Along with these changes, we also got some map adjustments. We got some adjustments for Arms Factory, Sacred Art Hospital, Leo's Memory, Lakeside Village, and Moonlit River Park. Some of these changes are quite impressive. I would say that Moonlit River Park has some of the biggest changes. Lakeside Village, I'm still yet to see how good Big Boat really is. I've seen some really good usages of, for survivors at least, that does feel very strong for them to be able to transition towards beach, but I guess that's not really something we need to talk about in this video. We got some adjustments for characters, for example for Postman, Dancer, Antiquarian, Mechanic, Prospector, Perfumer, Hermit, Clerk, and Smiley Face. Some of them buffs, some of them nerfs. Some minor adjustments they made were they made it so that area selection mode will trigger when a survivor in that match is tier 7 or above. In Duo Hunters and Tarot, Hunter's attack and also attack recovery won't be interrupted by the recently added Cold Snap Ice Flask. I think this was some way that people could use it to be able to cancel attack recovery. I'm not sure if it was a Hunter strategy, if the teammate threw it or something like that, or if the survivor threw it, but I think it's mostly a buff for Hunters because the Cold Snap Ice Flask is incredibly strong in that game mode. They shortened the Hunter's surrender time to 240 seconds. They added a new setting for Mercenary's Tiger Tail accessory, so you can mess around with that. They also optimized the skins for Dancer, called Valkyrie, and they also messed around with Cosmic Witch for Gardener, and they added some new effects as well. And they look really fancy. They really did change up Valkyrie a lot. I also wanted to mention that now you can finally buy Noir's skin. This Noir skin for Sia is now available for pre-order from November 25th. That's already passed, so go and pre-order it. Let's talk about what we're going to be getting this week. We're getting quite a lot of stuff, as you can imagine, as season 24 is finally here. This means that we'll be getting the first essence for this one that is technically going to be the purple essence from last season. So if you have any of those purple essences and you've been saving them up waiting to see when they're going to be unlocked, those will be transferring to the new season, meaning that if you have 10 of those, then you'll have 10 of the new essence already without having to roll any dice on the new logic path. This essence comes along with a really fancy skin for Composer that is his S tier skin, of course his debut, that is the Dragon Hunter S tier skin. It also comes along with an A tier skin Watchman for Embalmer and an A tier skin Drakaina for Dream Witch. Of course, with the S tier skin for Composer, we are also going to get Composer available, but only if you get him in the essence, as you'll have to wait another week before you'll be able to purchase him in the store. I believe that Composer has not really been adjusted much on the test server since he was originally announced. He's going to be a really fun character. I think he's quite balanced in my personal opinion, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think when you play him on live servers. As we are getting season 24 and we're getting the essence, that means we'll also be getting a logic path, so you can unlock those essences. This means that we'll be getting the A tier skin available on the logic path, of course, for breaking wheel called Nutcracker, and of course we'll be getting the accessory for it and a portrait and portrait frame. This is going to be really cool. This skin is really good, and I've been saving up my dice for it because I really want to get it. Rank rewards are also going to be reset as we'll be getting the new ones for the new season. This is going to be the S tier one for Wu-Chang called Witness. It has a really cool theme to it, and I definitely think it's meant to match the A tier skin that came out for him recently. They also made an A tier accessory Zoetrope for little girl that I really couldn't see what the changes were for the effects. It was really minor, at least when I saw it in the video. I only watched that video once though. And also the Razor accessory for Embalmer that is pretty much just a wax effect on his coffin. We'll still be continuing the Fatal Frame crossover. You'll still be able to purchase all of the skins, and you'll still be able to complete all of the events and all that lot, so yeah, there's no rush for it. We've still got quite a long time. Let's move on to talk about some rumors, some leaks, and some things that will be coming in the near future. Just today, an hour before I started even writing these notes for this video, we got the revealed skin art. We've already seen the skin, but we haven't seen the art for it, for little girl's Deduction star skin, meaning that she's going to be the first one to be released, I'd assume, and it's quite a nice skin indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing people play little girl with for more skins because she's quite a popular character. We've had some news about some crossovers as well, as the Angels of Death crossover is not supposed to be coming in season 24. As far as we can tell, it is most probably going to be season 25, so that's going to be much later in the future. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to this crossover and have been asking about it, but that seems to be what we know. Unless there's some big confirmation that I've missed, that is what we seem to know. According to Identity5 Curiosity on Twitter, go and check them out. As always, I do my best to shout them out, has said that they expect to see Prospector having a skin for the part 2 of the BSD crossover, and he's going to be having the Chuya skin. Really cool character from the anime if you've watched it. And Sia is also supposed to be getting a skin. This skin is going to be Akutagawa, also a really cool villain in the anime, so you guys should really watch that if you haven't watched it already, because those skins are going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like in the game. These skins will also probably come along with special high tier accessories, similar to what we've got currently with Dazai and Atsushi. One of these accessories will probably be purchasable in the shop, and the other one will also be upgradable, similar to the one we have right now for Atsushi. Moving on to the talk in the manor, where I respond to your comments you guys left on my recent video. Wow, you guys have left tons of interesting comments on my recent video. There have come comments that are really against what I said and also really kind of supporting what I said, and it's really interesting to see just how many people really just love the old style of Identity 5 and don't really want it to change. I've had lots of people saying some really good suggestions and things like that. I've also had some people that don't completely understand what the changes are exactly, didn't watch the video completely, I think. But either way, I think that this is of course my personal design. I know that other people will probably change some different things about it, maybe make it so that this would be here, that would be there. I tried to think about it in context of where abilities would be, different characters and how that would affect them, what it will be covering, where it would disappear, how long it would take for the things to be where they are, how much it would cover up some of the buttons if you're playing on mobile or on PC, stuff like that. Also, how easy would it be to check it? What does it look like compared to other games that are of a similar genre, but also in different genres? Where do they put their UI elements? How much information do you really need? And I think this is really interesting as well, that other people have their own opinions about it. Vampixie8855, of course with the new changes in YouTube, this is your name now, says something that DBD has and IDV doesn't have is customizing the UI. I hope IDV adds this type of feature so I can make my gameplay a little bit more comfortable. One thing that you can do, Vampixie, in this game is you can adjust where your button placements are, sort of. Not all characters let you do that, and not all abilities are adjustable as to where you can put them, but I do agree it would be nice to be able to move things in different places, especially since the game does cover quite a lot of the screen with things, and they have recently started to notice that as they try to hide the deductions and make it a little bit easier for that to be kind of hidden, because of course that covered most of the screen already. They are starting to pay attention to the fact that you don't need text on the screen 24/7, and that's really good. But yeah, I would really like it if you had a customized UI option. Maybe if you can move something to the opposite side, swap places of something, that would be really nice. I don't really know, there are some really interesting changes, and if you really want to go and see all of those changes that people suggest, I definitely recommend reading through all of these crazy comments that people have, and they're really cool ideas. Which skin are you most excited for in season 24? Tell me down in the comments below, and whilst you're down there, remember to like and subscribe and check out the BlackPhoenix IDV channel. Have an amazing day, guys!